Have you ever felt like the world around you is spinning out of control? The noise, the endless demands, the constant rush, it can be overwhelming. And in those moments, when everything feels chaotic, have you ever wondered, where can I find peace? Today, I want to invite you on a quiet journey, a gentle retreat into yourself, where you can leave the noise of the world behind, even if just for a few minutes. Through the wisdom of Buddhist meditation, we'll discover how to find calm not by escaping life, but by learning to be still within it. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm. The winds howl, the rain pours, and yet, right at the center, there's a place of perfect stillness. That, my friend, is what the Buddha called the calm within chaos. It's not something far away or reserved for monks in distant monasteries. It's already within you, quietly waiting. In this video, we'll explore simple, practical ways you can return to that still place inside, no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're stuck in traffic, facing conflict at work, or overwhelmed by your own restless thoughts, Buddhist meditation offers a path back to peace. So, take a deep breath, slow down, and let's begin this journey together. You see, peace isn't something we stumble upon by accident. It's not a rare treasure buried somewhere in a distant land. True peace is a skill, a gentle art of returning to yourself. Again and again, no matter how loud the world becomes, Buddhist meditation teaches us that the mind is like a restless river. Sometimes it flows calmly, reflecting the sky above. Other times, it churns and swirls, clouded by emotions, fears, and endless thoughts. And if we aren't careful, we get swept away by that current, carried far from the stillness we long for. But here's the beautiful truth: you don't have to fight the river. You don't need to stop the world from spinning. All you need is to find your footing on the riverbank, a quiet place within yourself where you can simply watch the waters pass. The Buddha often spoke of the practice of mindful breathing. It sounds so simple, almost too ordinary, but within that simplicity lies a profound power. When you bring your full attention to each breath, you anchor yourself in the present moment. And it's here, in this very moment, that peace lives. Let's try it together for a moment. Wherever you are right now, pause, gently close your eyes if you can. Take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel yourself softening, releasing, letting go. Notice the sensation of the air entering your body, and the quiet emptiness as it leaves. For just these few breaths, allow the world to fall away. No past to regret, no future to chase, only this, the simple rhythm of life moving through you. Isn't it incredible how something so ordinary, so easily overlooked, can hold such a quiet, healing strength? The breath is always here, waiting for you to notice it. And every time you return to it, you're also returning to yourself. In Buddhist wisdom, this is known as samatha, the practice of calming the mind. Not by force, not by suppressing your thoughts, but by gently settling your awareness on one thing, like placing a flickering candle in a still room. Eventually, the flame steadies on its own. And as you practice, you begin to notice a shift. The chaos around you doesn't disappear, but it no longer controls you. The storm may rage, but you've found your shelter. You become the calm in the center of it all. So the next time life feels too heavy, or your mind begins to spiral, remember, you don't have to escape. You don't have to fix everything right away. Sometimes, the most powerful thing you can do is breathe. Let your breath be your anchor. Let it guide you back to the home within yourself. Because in that quiet place, untouched by the noise of the world, you'll discover a peace that was never lost, only forgotten. Now, as you begin to spend more time with your breath, with yourself, you may notice something unexpected. Beneath the noise of the mind, under the constant stream of thoughts, worries, and plans, there's a deeper layer within you. A quiet awareness. A simple, clear knowing that doesn't cling to anything, and isn't disturbed by passing emotions. This is what the Buddhist masters call the natural mind. It's like the sky, vast, open, and unaffected by the clouds that drift across it. The clouds may come and go. Storms may rise and fall. But the sky itself remains untouched. Endlessly spacious. And here's a beautiful truth. You are not the clouds. You are not your passing thoughts, your fleeting moods, or the labels you carry. You are the sky. Have you ever watched a candle flame in a still, dark room? Notice how steady it becomes when there's no wind, no disturbance. The same happens to your awareness when you allow yourself to settle. Little by little, the constant flickering begins to soften, and what's left is something calm, steady, and clear. This is why Buddhist meditation isn't about forcing your mind to be empty or silencing every thought. It's about noticing what's already here when you stop chasing after every passing distraction. It's about making peace with your experience, exactly as it is, without needing it to be anything else. Of course, the world will continue to swirl around you. Responsibilities won't vanish. Difficult people won't suddenly become easy to deal with. The weather of life changes. And sometimes the storms come fast and heavy. But as you practice sitting quietly with your breath, you build a refuge inside yourself, a place where you can return. Again and again, in Buddhist teachings, this is known as taking refuge in the inner island. The Buddha once said, "Be an island unto yourself. A lamp unto yourself." What he meant was, don't depend on external things to steady your heart. Don't let your peace be tied to things you cannot control. Because if you place your peace in the hands of the world, it will always be at risk. But when you anchor it within yourself, no one can take it from you. And it starts with the simplest things, your breath, your awareness, your willingness to pause. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, or caught in the tangle of anxious thoughts, try this: stop, close your eyes, and take one conscious breath. Not to fix everything, not to run away from what's happening, but simply to remind yourself, I am here. I am breathing. This is enough for now. Over time, these small moments become powerful habits. A pause between action and reaction. A space between thought and speech. A gentle reminder that even in the busiest, noisiest, most unpredictable moments, there's a quiet place within you, waiting, and you don't have to go looking for it. It's been here all along. As you continue to practice this simple awareness, coming back to the breath, settling into the present moment, you'll notice another beautiful thing begin to happen. The way you experience the world will subtly shift. Things that once triggered you may lose their grip. The endless rush to chase after every thought or react to every situation will start to soften. It's not that problems disappear, or life becomes permanently easy, but your relationship to them changes. You begin to understand that peace isn't about the absence of difficulty, but about meeting each moment with steadiness. It's like standing at the shore, watching the waves roll in and out, no longer trying to stop them, but learning to stay balanced as they come and go. Have you ever watched leaves fall from a tree in autumn? They drift down, slowly, gracefully, with no resistance. Buddhist meditation teaches us to do the same with our thoughts and emotions, to let them rise and fall naturally. Without clinging, without pushing them away. You'll start to notice moments of space between your thoughts. Moments where you aren't pulled into the past or racing toward the future. In those gaps, clarity appears. It might only last a second, a breath, but it's real, and it grows with practice. One of the most compassionate teachings of Buddhism is this: nothing lasts forever. Every storm passes. Every wave subsides. Even the most restless mind eventually grows still when given patience and gentle attention. And perhaps the greatest relief of all is realizing you don't have to be perfect to be at peace. You don't need to clear your mind of every thought or remain calm at all times. You are human. Some days your practice will feel effortless, other days it might feel impossible, and that's okay. The wisdom lies in showing up anyway. In returning to the breath. In remembering, even if you forget 100 times, that there's always another moment, another chance, another gentle inhale and exhale. This is how inner peace is built, not in grand, dramatic moments, but in the quiet, ordinary pauses scattered throughout your day. The few seconds before you answer a difficult question. The breath you take before reacting to frustration. The stillness you find while sipping a cup of tea. Feeling the warmth against your hands. Life isn't something to be escaped from. It's to be lived fully, mindfully, one precious moment at a time. And the more you practice, the more you'll realize, the chaos outside may continue, but it doesn't have to steal your calm. You carry peace within you, not as a shield to block out the world, but as a steady light that helps you move through it with grace. So, wherever you are right now, in a quiet room, a busy street, or caught between the demands of the day, pause. Feel your breath. Remember your sky-like mind. Let everything else fall away for just a moment. Because this very breath, is where peace begins. Over time, you'll find that this gentle practice of presence doesn't just stay on your meditation cushion. It begins to weave itself into the fabric of your daily life, in the smallest, most unexpected places. You may notice yourself pausing before speaking a harsh word, choosing silence where you once rushed to fill the air. Or perhaps you'll catch yourself smiling softly at a problem you would have once seen as unbearable. This is the quiet transformation Buddhist wisdom promises. Not a life free of difficulty, but a heart steady enough to move through difficulty with grace. There's a beautiful old saying in the Zen tradition, when the mind is still, the whole world surrenders. It's not about controlling life or bending the world to your will. It's about releasing the inner grip we so often carry, the endless struggle to make things go our way. To avoid discomfort, to cling to certainty. Because haven't you noticed? The more tightly you hold onto something, the more it seems to slip through your fingers. Peace isn't found by grasping. It comes when you let go. When you loosen the clenched fist of the mind and open yourself to life exactly as it is. Imagine sitting beside a quiet lake at dawn. The surface is perfectly still, reflecting the soft colors of the sky. If you throw a stone, ripples spread out in gentle circles. But if you leave the water undisturbed, it naturally returns to calm. The mind works the same way. It wants to settle. It longs for peace. Often, we just need to stop stirring it. And so much of the stirring comes from fear of the unknown. Fear of loss. Fear of not being enough. Buddhist meditation doesn't ask you to deny these fears. It invites you to gently turn toward them. To see them for what they are, passing waves in the vast ocean of awareness. When you meet fear with steady attention, it begins to soften. It no longer defines you. And in its place, something spacious and compassionate arises. A deeper kindness toward yourself and others. A willingness to hold both joy and sorrow without shutting down. This is the heart of the practice. Not to escape the world, but to open to it. Not to numb ourselves, but to feel fully, without being consumed. And so, if there's one thing I hope you'll remember from this time we've shared today, it's this: peace isn't a distant destination you'll one day reach. It's here, it's now, it's in the quiet between your thoughts, in the pause between your breaths, in the way sunlight filters through your window or how your heart softens at the sound of a loved one's voice. You don't have to wait for life to be perfect to feel at peace. You can begin right here, exactly as you are. So take a breath, let it out slowly, and carry this gentle awareness with you as you move through the rest of your day. It doesn't have to be grand. Even the smallest moments, when met with mindfulness, can become sacred, because in truth, every moment is a doorway to peace, if only we remember to step through. And so, as we bring this quiet reflection to a close, I want to leave you with one final thought, a gentle reminder that peace is not something we acquire, but something we remember. It's not earned by achieving more or by fixing every flaw in our lives. It's found by turning inward, by listening to the quiet voice beneath the noise, and by being kind enough to sit with whatever rises within us. So often, we move through our days without truly arriving in them. Have you noticed that? We rush from task to task, conversation to conversation, lost in plans for tomorrow or worries about yesterday. Rarely do we stop to feel the warmth of the sunlight on our skin, or to hear the soft hush of the wind through the leaves. And yet, isn't this what it means to be alive? Buddhist meditation calls us back to these simple, precious moments. It teaches us that even amidst struggle, we can find pockets of ease. Even in pain, we can hold ourselves with compassion. Life is never all one thing. Joy and sorrow, peace and restlessness, clarity and confusion, they all coexist. Like colors blending in a painted sky. The true art lies in learning to stay present with it all. Have you ever stood outside at dusk, watching the last light fade from the sky? That quiet, in-between moment where day surrenders to night holds a special kind of stillness. It reminds us that nothing in this world is fixed, and in that impermanence lies a certain freedom. The freedom to begin again, to release what weighs us down, and to meet each moment fresh. This is the heart of Buddhist wisdom, to greet life as it is, without demanding it be something else. And it's often in the simplest practices that we find our way. A single mindful breath, the feel of your feet on the ground, a kind word, spoken softly, a moment of silence before answering. These aren't grand, heroic acts, but they are revolutionary, because they change the way we experience the world from the inside out. When you begin to live this way, you realize peace doesn't arrive all at once. It arrives in fragments, in quiet mornings, in deep breaths, in the pause before you speak, in the forgiveness you offer yourself for being imperfect. And over time, these fragments weave together, creating a life that feels spacious, steady, and quietly beautiful. So as you step back into your day, carry this awareness with you. Let it soften your gaze, your words, your movements. Remember that in the middle of noise, you can be the quiet one. In the rush, you can move slowly, and when everything feels like too much, you can return to your breath, to your body, to this present, unfolding moment. After all, where else could peace possibly be found, if not here? Thank you for walking this gentle path with me today. May you be well, may you be at peace, and may you always remember the still, unshaken place within you, no matter what storms may come. Before we part ways today, take one more slow, steady breath. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Notice how, even now, in this very moment, peace is already here, quietly waiting beneath the surface of everything. If this reflection has brought you a little more calm, a little more clarity, or simply reminded you of the beauty in pausing, I invite you to continue walking this path with us. On this channel, Daily Dharma Wisdom, we share gentle teachings, timeless insights, and simple practices to help you reconnect with yourself, find stillness within, and meet life with an open, steady heart. If you'd like to receive more videos like this, soft reminders to slow down, breathe deeply, and rediscover the quiet space inside you, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And if you found something meaningful here today, you might consider leaving a like, or sharing this video with a friend who could use a little calm in their day. And remember, no matter how noisy the world may seem, there's always a quiet place within you, a steady, unshaken space you can return to, breath by breath, moment by moment. Thank you for spending this time with me. May you be safe, may you be well, and may peace gently follow you wherever you go. See you again in the next reflection.